In this generation-defining self-help guide, a superstar blogger cuts through the crap to show us how to stop trying to be positive all the time so that we can truly become better, happier people. For decades, we've been told that positive thinking is the key to a happy, rich life. Fuck positivity, Mark Manson says. Let's be honest, shit is fucked and we have to live with it. In his wildly popular internet blog, Manson doesn't sugarcoat or equivocate. He tells it like it is a dose of raw, refreshing, honest truth that is sorely lacking today. The subtle art of not giving a fuck is his antidote to the coddling, let's all feel good mindset that has infected American society and spoiled a generation, rewarding them with gold medals just for showing up. Manson makes the argument, backed both by academic research and well-timed poop jokes, that improving our lives hinges not on our ability to turn lemons into lemonade, but on learning to stomach lemons better. Human beings are flawed and limited. Not everybody can be extraordinary, there are winners and losers in society, and some of it is not fair or your fault. Manson advises us to get to know our limitations and accept them. Once we embrace our fears, faults, and uncertainties, once we stop running and avoiding and start confronting painful truths, we can begin to find the courage, perseverance, honesty, responsibility, curiosity, and forgiveness we seek. There are only so many things we can give a fuck about, so we need to figure out which ones really matter, Manson makes clear. While money is nice, caring about what you do with your life is better, because true wealth is about experience. A much-needed grab you by the shoulders and look you in the eye moment of real talk, filled with entertaining stories and profane, ruthless humor. The subtle art of not giving a fuck is a refreshing slap for a generation to help them lead contented, grounded lives. Now, we offer you the most you can enjoy after reading the book. 10 powerful lessons from the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. 1. Life isn't supposed to go your way all the time, and that's okay. When we give too many fucks, when we choose to give a fuck about everything, then we feel as though we are perpetually entitled to feel comfortable and happy at all times. That's when life fucks us. 2. Choose your battles wisely. Put your energy where it counts. Maturity is what happens when one learns to only give a fuck about what's truly fuck-worthy. 3. Overdoing it is the same as doing nothing at all. We are defined by what we choose to reject. And if we reject nothing, we essentially have no identity at all. 4. Failure is a part of life. Failure is how you learn and grow. If you think about a young child trying to learn to walk, that child will fall down and hurt itself hundreds of times. But at no point does that child ever stop and think, oh, I guess walking just isn't for me. 5. Fear of failure is your biggest enemy. We can be truly successful only at something we're willing to fail at. If we're unwilling to fail, then we're unwilling to succeed. 6. Who you are will constantly change. I say don't find yourself. I say never know who you are. Because that's what keeps you striving and discovering. And it forces you to remain humble in your judgments and accepting of the differences in others. 7. Not every problem has to be a negative thing. Don't hope for a life without problems. There's no such thing. Instead, hope for a life full of good problems. 8. Once you're great at one thing, aim to be great at another. People who become great at something become great because they understand that they're not already great, they are mediocre, they are average, and that they could be so much better. 9. Hard times are a necessary part of life. Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. 10. Caring less will only lead to better things. This, in a nutshell, is what self-improvement is really about: prioritizing better values, choosing better things to give a fuck about. Because when you give better fucks, you get better problems. Pull the trigger when you finish aiming.